Okay.
All right, guys, YouTube. Got the A320 made by Supreme Hobbies. Just got done with my finals on my flight tests. This is flight number 2. At twilight, no LEDs. Hope I don't have any orientation issues. Okay. Stabilization's turned up pretty high for the takeoff. I'm gonna hold it for full throttle and then give it a push. Look at it roll. Gear up. Cut back the throttle about 50%. Stabilization turned way down. Oh geez, look at that fast. Oh, that looks so cool in the sunset. Okay, we're getting some resonance there. I need to cut back my stabilization a little bit. What was that?
I don't know.
Am I crazy or did it like just shut off for a second?
Yeah, I heard something.
I think it's just finding its resonance. Good Lord, it's like at cruise speed. That's full throttle, by the way. And by the way, this is the 3S configuration. Give me a freaking break, guys. Who wants to fly that fast? You can't even see anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks sweet, but I gotta get a wider flight envelope. Those things aren't gonna be fun to fly. Put the flaperons on. That's a little better, about 30%. Shutting stabilization off. Fluttering around a lot. Want to see what a stall looks like on this thing? Okay, that's a stall. It's really not too bad, but pretty fast stall. Sounds cool. I'd get a little up elevator there on my trim. Throw my flaperons on there. Minute 16, probably going to get into a final. Means I need to throw my gear down. Stabilization's back on. Clearly I need to get my gains set a little better than they are now. And yes, I have my flaperons set to the takeoff setting currently. Landing setting's on now. Let's see how much he slows down. Probably not much. Okay guys, I'm gonna come in for a landing here. Quiet, not moving, please. Controlling my rated descent with throttle only. That's a rollout if I've ever seen one. Jeez. Did you see how long that rolled out, people? That was like a freaking 4-mile rollout. You would have needed 2 runways in real life. If you were flying 1,000 miles an hour into your final, that's exactly what would happen. Flaperons are off. She lives to see another day. Thank goodness for stabilization. I need to reverse, incidentally, everybody. I turned down the gain here in elevator. I need to reverse it. I need my gains on the elevator and ailerons higher than the rudder. So everybody, that was my only mistake on that flight. It did seem to flutter a little bit worse. Curious how hot these things are. Not real crazy about the way that the nacelles react under load. I'm not seeing a lot of torque roll, but what I'm seeing is a lot of vibration, and that resonance is going to be something that's not so desirable. So right now my master gain is not super effective because I have my ailerons and elevator turned down too much. I need to turn those back up and then cut back my rudder. Then my master gain will be a little bit more effective on that stabilization. Incidentally, the plane is beautiful. It flies cool, but it is fast. I like planes that fly with a wide envelope, like the P-51, like the Super Cub over here, like the turbojet of all things. You wouldn't think it's got a wide flight envelope, but it really does. You can land the thing at like 4 or 5 miles an hour. It's crazy. You know, you got 4 spaces of rollout. This thing takes 50 spaces of rollout in the parking lot. And you can see this is my landing strip now. The landing strip before, guys, was the other direction, which was significantly less. And you saw I made a sharp turn and just barely missed the winglets. So I'm also afraid it's going to destroy these tires. These are the especially high quality Chinese tires made of foam. So anyway, guys, be watching for some awesome LEDs, but first be watching for flaps and making sure it works. I'm not going to spend 20 hours on LEDs to crash this thing at 150,000 miles an hour into a fiery ball of death. So let's just wait till we have the flaps. Let's get this thing flying at a reasonable speed, and then let's think about doing some more mods. Right now, I could just open and close the gear all day and that would actually make me happy. So, and you guys probably think I'm joking. Nope, I'm not. It's pretty freaking awesome. And just look at that. Look at that profile. That is so sweet. Of course, on a real airplane, they'd have those gear door closed within a couple of seconds after those gear closing, not 8. So anyway, beautiful plane, amazing scale details for a model this size. Also note, painted all the servos, painted over this crack, a couple layers of tape, painted with a high gloss, This was black. Just a couple of different details that are not hard to fix. Not impressively 5-gram servos throughout, and not metal gear. First time I lose a servo and crash this thing, I'm going to be pissed. Maybe worth looking at some 5-gram metal gear servos if they exist. Also, these things, I probably need to go ahead and tweak out just a touch, a couple of turns each, get myself some extra elevator. Incidentally, the only pinch point that was pinched enough was on the rudder. So the servos are really having to work to manipulate the control surfaces, which are exceptionally small because, as you know, on a real A320, if you're watching this video, you know, these spoilers act as additional surface for aileron in regular flight mode. And then they act as spoilers for brakes on the final, and then they also act as air brakes all the way 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all open up during braking. There is no wing under there. Then the flaps have fully deployed usually under that condition, 35 degrees, 22 degrees on the leading edge slats. I can't wait to try that. This might be the plane for slats and flaps, but don't hold me to it, guys, because this thing has a really small wing. Thanks for watching. Keep coming back for more. You guys keep coming back for more. Someday we might be up to $3 YouTube, and then I can afford like an extension cable.
Paint.
So thanks for watching the ads.